Our habit tracker site is separated into 3 sections: the habit editor part, where the user can add and remove habits; the tracker part, which allows the user to check whether or not the habit has been completed for the current active day; and the results graph, which shows the overall progress for each habit. The habit editor section provides a drop-down of default habits that the user can select to quickly add a habit to the site. We added default habits to meet the list requirement, as well as more defaults for common habits, like eating healthy and sleeping 8 hours, for the extra credit extension of the default requirement. The habit tracker also allows users to create their own original habits by entering the name and then adding the goal per week, which can only be a positive number, then clicking the Add button. If the user does not provide a name for the habit, they are not allowed to add it. If they try to, no habit is added and a message is displayed instead. The user also cannot add a habit that already exists. Once a habit is added, it can be removed by clicking the Remove button next to it, correctly updating the tracker and the graph.
The component allows users to change the current active date. They can input a date manually, or they can change the date by hitting the previous week, previous date, next week, next date buttons. The user can keep track of which habit are completed for the current active date by checking it. If user checks a habit for a certain date and changes to another date, the habit checkbox will be unchecked, indicating that the user has not yet completed the habit for this date. When the user returns to that certain date, the habit's check status will be checked since it has been checked before and hasn't been unchecked under that certain date. The site allows users to keep track of their overall progress by showing bars with a count of each habit. Whenever a habit is checked, the bar length of the habit progress increases, and when the habit is unchecked, the bar length decreases. Finally, we also wrote tests that reaches a blunt coverage of 87.74% for all files.